Lina, this is an amazingly beautiful location. Tell me, where are we?
So we are in Northern Norway. So we are north of the Arctic Circle. And the Maina, we have 24 hours of daylight. But in the winter, then we have a month of no sun at all. So the sun doesn't come up.
Is this? It's just the most beautiful day, and we're sitting here in pretty warm sunshine.
Mm-hmm.
Is this normal for this time of year?
It's warmer. We're hoping for an amazing summer. So yeah, this will be it.
And this is your house is just behind us
Just
down
over
the hill.
there,
We can
yeah.
almost see it. Yeah, what a wonderful place to live. So you, Lina, have just become a member of the Viking family. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Maybe you could explain a bit about what it is you're going to be doing.
Yeah. So I've been with Viking already 2 years, but doing a bit of different things. I've been staffing the expedition team, putting the expedition team together. And the last year I've been together with expedition operations. So this new role that I have is training manager. So I've recently arranged a training for the expedition team in Toronto and some of the bridge officers. So that's what I'll be doing. It's arranging training. So training is of course very important because our guides, we take our guests out in pretty challenging environment like Antarctica, and now we're going to the Arctic as well. So yeah, keep the focus on training as we have done, but it's good to have someone in this role.
So really this is going to be centered around the two expedition ships, the Polaris and the Octantis.
Yeah.
And all the equipment and what we call the toys that they have on board.
Yes.
And which presumably you've been on the ships, you've tried all these?
I tried all the toys, yeah.
Did you go down in the submersible?
Yes.
How was that?
Fantastic.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't done that.
You haven't done it?
They won't let me do it.
Next time, yeah.
Yeah, next time.
No, it's just the experience to go down is amazing.
And what is your particular area of expertise within the expedition world?
Yeah, so I worked with expedition I was an expedition leader for many years.
Okay.
So I worked in Svalbard and northeast Greenland and the Arctic areas.
Yeah.
So and I also did a study that is called the Arctic Nature Guide in Svalbard in Longyearbyen. So that area with polar bears. So a lot of that study was about polar bear safety and how to move around safely with guests in an area with polar bears.
Have you ever had any nervous moments with polar bears?
Our job as guides is to make sure we don't get into those situations.
Yeah.
So what we'll do is, because of course everybody wants to see a polar bear when you're up in the Arctic, and we want to do that as well, but we want to do it from the ship, from a safe place. So before we go ashore, all of our team, the expedition team, will be on the bridge outside, and we also ask our guests to help out to actually spot the landing, to scout it, to see if there's any bears there.
Okay.
And if there's bears, we do not go ashore.
Right.
And if there's no bears, we go ashore, and then we keep a constant lookout. The best encounters is the ones we have to see in the binoculars, because then they're not close, and it should be on the ship. So when we're in the field, if we see a polar bear approaching the landing site, then we will evacuate. So everybody will go back to the ship, and that's where we can do our watching from.
Because they are very curious, aren't they? They will always come up to the ship in a way. They will come up to a boat. They're quite curious.
They are,
yeah. Yeah. I remember the one I saw in Svalbard, and it was on the last day. We hadn't seen one until the last day, and then it was just this big male polar bear on his own.
Beautiful.
I don't know if he's in a bad mood, but he didn't look that happy. But we were totally safe. We were on a boat.
Yeah.
But I just remember just the way he moved. It was, this is my land, and it was just wonderful.
Yeah.
Tell me, how did you get into expedition world in the first place?
Yes, I was working on ships. I was working in the hotel department, and then I started working on a ship that did expedition. So first in Svalbard. Mm-hmm. And then I was already an outdoor person. I do kayaking, I do hiking, that's my passion. Mm-hmm. And then I saw that it's possible to combine working on a ship and being outside, guiding and hiking and kayaking and doing all the fun stuff. So then I took a study in Longyearbyen that is called the Arctic Nature Guide.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I could get into guiding after that.
Fantastic. So Viking's going to be taking expedition ships and guests through Greenland soon. Is that right?
Yes. So it will be the first Arctic season. So with Greenland and Arctic Canada.
I've never. Well, I have been to Greenland, but really for about an hour, changing planes. Tell me, what's it like? What can the guests expect from Greenland?
I think. So the first thing you'll see is the beautiful nature. Icebergs, just scenic like here. Mm-hmm. But then for me, why Greenland is my favorite destination, which is actually it, is the people and the culture.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So very welcoming and willing to share their culture. So I have sailed many seasons in Greenland and have a lot of Greenlandic friends. And on the ship also there will be like cultural ambassadors.
Cultural ambassadors?
Yeah.
Okay.
So there will be an artist from Greenland. There will be so guides that are from Greenland and can talk about their local history.
Because I think it's great to have science going on the ship. But it's great to have art as well, just to balance things.
Yes. So that's. So I told you in the beginning that I'd done the expedition staffing, so putting the team together, and that's what we look at then, to have all the elements that we want to show.
Right.
We have an historian, we have maybe an artist,
and that itinerary goes from Greenland to the Northwest Passage.
Yeah, and then there's a few that starts in Nuuk and does a bit of Greenland and then goes into the Canadian Arctic. So with some nature landings, visiting Pond Inlet, the community there. Mm-hmm. And then back again, back to Greenland and ending in Nuuk.
What makes Greenland different from places that our expedition ships have been to previously? What's different about Greenland?
So some of the things that are a little bit similar, like all our destinations, is that we use all our equipment, like the Submarine and the SOB boat that can take you a little bit further, the bigger boats, and then also the Zodiacs. So the guests can explore that way, but at the same time we'll have, what is important in Greenland is that we have a good cooperation with the communities. So we want to leave something positive, not only not leave a trace, but actually leave a positive footprint in the communities. So then we ask them what they want to do when we are there. So a lot of places will have community packages, where the communities will put on maybe a song performance, a dance performance for us, maybe drum dance, mass, showing off the culture that they want to do. And in Sissimut we'll also have an excellent kayaker coming and doing a kayak show alongside. Either a lady or a gentleman coming with the traditional kayak, and then they'll do all the different ways you can roll a kayak. Yeah, it's really fascinating to watch, yeah. And another thing that what they want to show us is the traditional kaffemik. So that is something that is it's done for like all big and small events in Greenland. So confirmation, birthday, first day of school, and it's basically just inviting everybody to your house and offering food and drinks. So everybody will come and you stay kind of in long enough to meet everybody, but not too long because there will be more people coming after you.
Oh, sounds wonderful.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So it's a great way of meeting people, and it's a great way for Greenlanders to share their culture with us.
Yeah, which is important.
And sometimes the host will be wearing the traditional Greenlandic costume as well. But otherwise it's very informal. That's it.
Should we carry on?
Yeah.
Thank you, Lena, for showing me the spectacular beauty of your homeland and sharing news of another equally beautiful location the Viking expedition ships will soon be visiting, Greenland. I can't wait to go.